Hey everyone, Gill here. This is an analysis of Denis Shapovalov versus Marin Cilic in the first round of the 2020 Western and Southern Open, Cincinnati, New York. If you're not looking for any spoilers, click off the video now because I'll be discussing what went down in this match. Click off in 3, 2, 1. It was Shapovalov coming through 6-3, 6-3. This was not a particularly competitive match. Shapovalov was leagues ahead of Cilic for most of this match, and it became pretty clear that unless something drastically changed, that Shapo was going to come away with this starting, midway through the first set. It wasn't exactly one of those matches where you were wondering if he was going to hang on. So I was really impressed by Shapovalov. The only thing I would say is it was almost such one-way traffic. And I know Cilic held serve, but it was 6-3, 6-3. The scoreboard isn't a blowout. It just never felt like he was in it. One thing before I get started, the courts, they're fast. They're very, very fast. I warned you in my preview show that I wasn't quite sure how the courts were going to play, and I thought they'd play kind of similar to how they've been playing recently. They're not. They're playing way faster than they have ever since 2018. This is kind of a throwback US Open court when it used to be faster. It's playing a lot like Cincinnati generally plays when it's actually in Mason, Ohio. Okay, so just wanted to get that out there. The one pattern that was really killing Cilic and was really propelling Shapovalov to victory in this match was this. And again, Shapo really outplayed Marin in every facet in this match, but if you really look at it, if you had to pinpoint one thing, it would be the second serve returning from Shapovalov and the pace absorption on the other end by Cilic. That is where you had a really, really bad mismatch. Cilic won a little bit over 30%, under 40% of his second serve points, and all the damage was being done straight away right off the second serve return. Of course, Shapovalov is a guy with loads of firepower off both wings, but I think he was finding a lot of forehands off the second serve return. And Shapo was just a very contemporary second serve return. Back up to the back fence, buy yourself tons of time, and then take a massive rip at the ball. And Cilic looked very, very uncomfortable absorbing the pace off of those massive, clobbersome second serve returns. He was, for the most part, unable to muster any sort of confident reply off of Shapovalov's second serve returns. And that was a major, major problem for Marin Cilic, because pretty much any game that he didn't make first serves, he got broken. Snap of the fingers, just like that. Cilic was actually winning behind his first serve. It was the only scenario where he was winning points was behind his first serve. As soon as he had a game where he didn't make first serves, he just had no chance because of how big Shapovalov was going off the second serve return. Part of it is Cilic's kick serve. It's a little bit weak. He's had double faulting issues, and then I think the double faulting issues just turned into kind of, especially starting in 2019, just a very weak second serve. But all the credit goes to Denis for absolutely clobbering it. And by the way, big margin. He's not going for the corners. He's just hitting it really, really heavy, really, really big. And Cilic he was stiff, uncomfortable absorbing that pace. On Shapo's side, I was very impressed with the serving. Shapovalov served at least 9 aces. I don't have the exact number, but it was at least 9. Impressive in such a short match. A lot more than Marin Cilic. He tripled him up in that category. I loved, the slice serve out wide from Shapovalov was excellent. The second serve was really, really good. And Shapo is someone who has had double faulting issues in the past. They were non-existent in this case. He served not the best percentage on the first, but they had a lot of lumber behind him. They were really heavy. And he was hitting his spots really nicely. So good serving for Shapovalov, impressed there. That's the part of his game that I think one of the big areas that I've wanted to see improve, because he can play really kind of bully ball, big man tennis behind his serve, but he's just got to make the first serves and protect the second serve and not double fault, in order to take advantage of, all of the big hitting that he can do behind his serve and all the first strike tennis that he has the potential to play. So good spot serving by Shapovalov in this match. The forehand was firing for the Canadian. I especially loved the short cross-court angle forehand that he was implementing, taking a bit of pace off the ball, adding some topspin. And for someone who hits as big as Denis Shapovalov, I think it's a really good kind of fastball changeup combination. It's a good off-speed pitch. You don't know if he's going to rope it down the line or roll it cross-court short angle, so I really liked that shot. In 2-all, as I get into the chronology of this match, 2-all, Cilic actually got the first chance here at doing some damage, and he had the first break point. Shapovalov was able to save it with a service winner. So on the ad side, it was the slice serve out wide, and Cilic kind of took a hand off the return instead of keeping two hands on the racket. But a good serve, he hit his spot, and Cilic netted the defensive backhand chip return. Then on deuce, Cilic, I think, had a good look to rip a second serve return, just like Shapovalov was doing all match. But Marin was tentative. He didn't go after it. He kind of just rolled it in, and then he hit a poor backhand slice short in the court, and Shapovalov punished him with the drop shot winner. Then this was a point that it was really big. It arguably was the turning point in the match, and from this point on, Shapovalov was full speed ahead. A nice serve and volley on game point. Wide serve. This time, Cilic was sitting on the wide serve and got a good return on it, but since Denis followed it into the net, he was able to make the volley into the open court for a winner. And then Shapovalov breaks in the very next game at 2-3. Denis gets off to a love 30 lead here with 2 second serve returns that Cilic is unable to reply. Then Cilic hits a forehand winner in there. A forehand error in there. But then 2 points in a row. Second serve. So second serve, backhand return down the line. A really strong one from Shapovalov. Then he hits that short angle cross-court forehand and a slice forehand down the line. Winner into the open court. The first forehand took Cilic so far off the court that all Denis needed to do on the next ball was literally forehand slice down the line into the open court, and it was a winner. And then on break point, it was the same pattern. Shapovalov ripped a forehand off of a second serve with big margin, middle of the court, and Cilic off the next backhand actually hit the tape. The ball popped up way in the air. Easy put away for Marin Cilic, easy put away for Denis Shapovalov. That was the break. So 3 points in that match. 3 points in that match. Shapo really won it straight away off the second serve return. Then the next break in the second set comes at 1-all. Cilic can't absorb Shapovalov's depth in a baseline rally on the first point. Second serve return, inside in backhand to the Cilic backhand, and that ball was roped flat and hard, and Cilic the preparation was late. He couldn't set up in time. He nets the first backhand. Then Cilic tries to serve and volley on love 30, botches the half volley. Good return by Shapovalov, at least getting it low. But a more skilled volleyer would have had a chance at hitting the drop volley into the open court. Cilic mishit the half volley. And then on Break point, Shapovalov goes heavy cross court on the forehand, second serve return. Cilic nets the backhand. It was unbelievable. The carbon copy, it kept happening over and over and over again, where Cilic couldn't absorb Shapovalov's pace off the second serve return. Part of that is stiffness and just, confidence. And I thought Cilic just tightened up sometimes when Shapovalov would hit big, and he just wasn't hitting confidently. He wasn't hitting through that shot. Part of it is athleticism and quickness, which Marin has begun to lack as he's gotten older and older. And if you don't have that fast twitch quickness, sometimes it's difficult to get in the right position and absorb the pace. And once you get on the wrong side of a powerful player like Denis Shapovalov, your reactions are just a little bit slower, and that could make all the difference. I also thought that in general there were just some times where Cilic just wasn't playing as aggressively as he could. It was kind of it wasn't a great performance by Cilic, and it was a tremendous performance by Shapovalov. One-way traffic. By the way, the second set, the 6-3, it was a two-break set. So Cilic serving to stay in the set was broken for 6-3. Really impressive showing from Denis. It's just let's see what happens when he faces an opponent who can make him a little bit more uncomfortable, because this was just your dream match for Shapovalov. He's going to go to sleep tonight. He's going to feel very good about himself. He faced, zero adversity, felt completely comfortable. But if he can keep serving like this, that's very, very dangerous. He'll be dangerous. He'll be difficult to break if he continues serving this way. The game looks great. Shapo looks great. Felix looked very good as well against Basilashvili. But again, Basilashvili, similar deal, wasn't really game. Couldn't really push Felix. Nicolas just didn't have enough to make that a very good match. The one I missed today was Tiafoe and Andy. I couldn't catch that one. But successful first day of tennis. I'll be kind of periodically doing this. I will also post this on iTunes and Spotify, which I don't usually do. Normally, I only post Monday Match Analysis on the audio platforms. But I'm going to post this. So if you want to listen to these match analyses on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast, you can do that. Shapovalov, 6-3, 6-3, defeats Marin Cilic. He's on to round 2 in the Western and Southern Open here in 2020. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time.